Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take a whole stack of sources, research, different perspectives, and really boil them down to the insights that matter for you. Today, we're getting into something, well, it's a pretty radical idea. Almost counterintuitive, maybe?
Definitely counterintuitive.
It might just flip how you think about, well, everything life throws at you. It sounds almost impossible at first glance. But the promise is huge. Real tranquility, an unconquerable mind.
Yeah, and maybe the best way to get our heads around it is to start with something familiar, something really visceral.
Okay.
Think about someone you know, or maybe even yourself, pouring years, decades maybe, into a career. It's stable, it's part of who they are.
Right, their identity.
Exactly. And then suddenly, bam, it's gone. Layoff, restructuring, whatever. The ground just vanishes beneath their feet.
Or that moment in a doctor's office. Getting news that just completely changes your future, your whole map of life.
Yes. That sudden, undeniable upheaval.
And the reaction's almost automatic, isn't it? That raw, gut-wrenching feeling.
Oh, absolutely. Intense resistance. Your mind just scrambles trying to make sense of it, asking that question.
Why me? Yeah, that bitter, angry question. You feel like a victim, totally powerless, fighting against this thing that feels so unfair, like some cosmic injustice.
Mm-hmm. And the toll it takes. Lamenting what you lost, shaking with fear about what's next. Maybe you start blaming people, the system.
Or even God, for some. It just shatters your peace, doesn't it? Complete disruption.
It really does. And you know, Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, he nailed this thousands of years ago.
What'd he say?
He said, essentially, the origin of perturbation is this: to wish for something, and that this should not happen. Simple, but profound.
So our inner world gets completely rattled when what we want, what we expect, just slams into reality, especially a reality we can't control.
Precisely. That resistance, that fight against what is, that constant wishing things were different, that's what steals our peace. It leaves us feeling totally drained and powerless.
Okay, so here it comes. The radical question. The one that makes you kind of stop and go, wait, what?
What? Let's hear it.
What if, instead of fighting it, resisting it, lamenting it, what if the most powerful, the most liberating thing you could do was to love it?
Love it. Not just accept it.
Not just accept it, not just tolerate it, love what happened, actively embrace it like you picked it out yourself.
Wow, okay.
That's the core of today's deep dive, this challenging, maybe deeply uncomfortable, but potentially life-changing Stoic idea, Amor Fati.
Amor Fati, the love of fate.
Exactly, the love of fate.
And it's crucial to get this right. It's not passive resignation. It's not just shrugging and saying, well, I guess this is my life now, with a sigh.
Right, that sounds like giving up, defeat.
It does. Amor Fati is the opposite. It's an active embrace, a joyful, affirmative yes to everything life brings. The good stuff, yeah, but also the bad, the mundane, the ugly, the truly painful stuff.
Everything, even the really awful things.
Everything. Seeing it all not as random hits, but as necessary, purposeful, even ultimately good for your growth, for the way things are meant to be.
Okay, that's a lot to take in. It sounds like actively working at wanting the things we already have, as William Irvine put it, finding genuine joy in them.
Exactly. And Seneca, another great Stoic, he talked about this joy. He said it's not like giddy happiness. It's a stern matter.
Stern joy. What does that mean?
It means it's not about ignoring pain or pretending bad things aren't hard. It's about cultivating this deep inner state where those destructive negative emotions, anger, grief, anxiety, fear, they just don't have the same grip.
Okay.
And in their place, you have these stable, positive emotions, especially this deep, constant joy that comes from aligning yourself with reality, a joy that can actually exist alongside hardship.
So this Amor Fati, it doesn't just float on its own. It connects to other Stoic ideas, right?
Yeah.
Like the main one.
Absolutely. It's deeply tied to, arguably, the most fundamental principle, the dichotomy of control.
Ah, yes. What's in our power and what's not.
Precisely. Epictetus laid it out so clearly. Some things are up to us, others aren't. It sounds simple, but it's everything.
So what's actually ours? What's in that up to us bucket?
Our judgments, our opinions, our impulses, basically how we choose to respond internally. Our desires, our aversions, our inner world.
And everything else. My body, my job, my reputation, health, other people.
All external. All ultimately not in our direct, unconditional control. We can influence them, sure, but we don't command them.
And that's where we trip up constantly, right?
Yeah.
Trying to control the uncontrollable.
Exactly. Resisting, lamenting things outside our control, that's the source of the disturbance, the frustration, the blaming.
But Epictetus said if you really get this distinction, if you only focus on what's truly yours.
Then his promise is incredible. He says, no main will ever compel you. No man will hinder you. You will never blame any man. You will accuse no man. You will do nothing involuntarily. No man will harm you. You will have no enemy, for you will not suffer any harm.
Wow. That's true inner freedom, invulnerability almost, not to the events themselves, but to how they affect you.
Precisely. So Amor Fati is like the capstone, the final most advanced step.
After mastering the dichotomy of control.
Yes. Once you truly understand deeply what you can't control, Amor Fati says, don't just accept those things grudgingly. Actively embrace them, welcome them, love them as if you chose them.
It's like a kind of mental alchemy, turning lead into gold, misfortune into destiny.
Beautifully put. And it's not just a mind trick. It genuinely cultivates this deep calm, this unshakable confidence. It's that calm from the absence of further moral struggle and the absence of retrospective regret or prospective alarm about things outside one's control.
That sounds like the foundation of an unconquerable mind. Your happiness isn't dependent on things going your way.
It depends on your wishes going the way things are, conforming your will to reality, not the other way around.
Okay, let's dig into the roots of this. The ancient philosophers really laid the groundwork. Epictetus, you mentioned him, the former slave turned philosopher. His take is fascinating.
It really is. He taught that our job isn't to choose our circumstances. We don't get to pick the script for our lives.
Like an actor in a play.
Exactly like that. He used that analogy. You don't choose if you're the king or the peasant, the hero or the villain, but you can choose to give a brilliant performance in whatever role you're assigned. Play your part well.
So how does that connect to loving fate?
He advised, to be instructed is this, to learn to wish that everything may happen as it does.
Wish for things to happen exactly as they do. That sounds passive.
It sounds it, but it's based on a profound trust in the universe's order. The Stoics called it the logos, this rational, intelligent principle governing everything. Epictetus said the disposer, this cosmic reason, set up all the opposites. Summer, winter, plenty, scarcity, virtue, vice.
Yeah, random chaos.
Not to the Stoics. They're all part of the harmony of the whole, necessary parts. And just like the seasons, we each get our specific body, our talents, our challenges, our companions. These are our given circumstances within that harmony. Resisting them is like resisting gravity.
So real freedom, real peace, comes not from changing the world to fit my desires,
but from changing your desires to fit the world, aligning your wishes with what's actually happening.
How did he put it? Something about making sure nothing happens contrary to our wish.
Yes. Ensuring neither any of the things which are taking place shall take place contrary to our wish, nor any of the things which do not take place shall not take place when we wish that they should. It means fully embracing your situation. If you're alone, find tranquility in that, like the gods. If you're with people, see it as a festival, contentment, whatever the scene.
And it all comes back to that core idea. It's not the things.
What troubles people is not things, but their judgments about things. He was crystal clear. The events, neutral facts, job loss, breakup, diagnosis, just events. They don't touch our core self, our guiding principle.
It's our story about them. Our interpretation, that's what causes the suffering.
Exactly. So the work is internal. Control the judgments, adapt the wishes, align with the flow of reality. That's the path to peace. Changing your perspective, not the external world.
Okay. And then there's Marcus Aurelius, the emperor. His meditations are full of this stuff too, right? He had a different angle maybe.
A complementary one. He gave us that incredible metaphor, the fire.
Ah, yes, the fire. Tell us about that.
He said a blazing fire turns everything thrown onto it, wood, twigs, even things that seem like they'd smother it. It turns it all into fuel and flame.
So obstacles don't have to block us.
More than that, they can actually feed us. They become the raw material for our growth, for practicing virtue, for strengthening our character. It's not just about getting around the obstacle itself becomes the path forward.
The obstacle is the way, that famous phrase.
That's the essence of it.
Yeah.
And Marcus believed really profoundly that everything that happens in a just way.
Now that's tough. How can losing a child or some terrible tragedy be just? That feels wrong.
Yeah, and he didn't necessarily mean fair in our everyday human sense. It's more from that cosmic perspective again. He meant it happens in accordance with justice, like it's part of a larger, rational, even benevolent order. distributed by providence, maybe, for the good of the whole system, even if the individual part experiences pain. It serves a larger purpose in the grand scheme.
Like every event, even the painful ones, contributes to the overall perfection of the universe.
That was his view, the universe as one coherent, interconnected organism. To resent your part, your experience, is to resent the whole thing. It's like a single note complaining about its place in the symphony.
And he had that technique, the view from above.
Yes. The cosmic flight. It's a mental exercise. You zoom out, way out, see the Earth, see human history, see the entire cosmos.
What does that do?
From that huge perspective, our individual dramas, our biggest fears, our greatest ambitions, they suddenly look very tiny and puny. Insignificant, almost.
Like seeing Europe as just a tiny corner, the ocean, a drop of water.
Exactly. And your whole life, just a point in eternity, it shrinks the perceived tragedy of personal events right down.
So it makes it easier to accept things.
Easier to embrace them, to see whatever befalls you as necessary for the health of the universe. It serves the mind, which governs the whole. Resisting it, complaining about it, is like trying to break away from that universal connection. It's self-defeating.
It's recognizing that what feels like my misfortune might actually be a crucial part of this bigger purposeful design.
Yeah.
And may be good for me in ways I can't see yet.
Precisely. Good for your development within that larger whole.
Okay, this is deep stuff. Powerful. But how do we actually use this? Let's bring it down to earth. Modern life, today's challenges. That formula for greatness.
Right. Let's take that job loss scenario again, the one we started with.
Yeah, the gut punch of losing that stable career. The first reaction is usually despair, failure, maybe bitterness.
Totally understandable. But using Amor Fati, you consciously choose a different frame. This isn't a tragedy. It's a catalyst. It's the necessary event that pushed you, forced you to rethink everything.
To adapt, learn something new, maybe find a path that's actually better, more fulfilling.
Exactly. Think about Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. His story is the classic example.
The shipwreck guy.
The shipwreck guy, he lost everything, his entire cargo, his fortune, financially ruined, but what did he say? I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered shipwreck.
Because the shipwreck led him to philosophy.
Directly. It stranded him in Athens, led him to study with the philosophers there, and ultimately inspired him to start his own school, Stoicism. That disaster was the single best thing that could have happened for his true calling. He didn't just cope, he saw it as fortune.
Wow. Turning utter ruin into your life's purpose. That's Amor Fati in action.
It is. And you see echoes of this mindset elsewhere, too. Think about John D. Rockefeller during the Panic of 1857.
An economic crash, right?
Yeah.
Chaos everywhere.
Total chaos. Businesses failing, people panicking. But Rockefeller, he was young, just starting out. Instead of fear, he eagerly observed. He saw it as a learning opportunity, a baptism in the market.
So you didn't wish it wasn't happening?
No, he leaned into it. He kept his cool, that sang-froid, unflappable calm under pressure. He used the crisis to spot weaknesses others missed in their panic. He turned a national disaster into a personal masterclass in strategy.
Because he was open to what the situation offered, instead of just fighting it.
That's the core of it, not just enduring, but actively transforming the hardship into fuel.
Okay, let's try another one. Something really personal. A difficult breakup.
Ah, yes. The raw pain there is undeniable. The immediate feeling is usually just loss, rejection, maybe feeling worthless or like the future is ruined.
It's so hard not to get swamped by that grief, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it could just swallow you whole. Destroys your peace. You replay everything, wish it were different.
Absolutely. And grief, like intense anger or fear, is one of those emotions the Stoics said we need to manage carefully because it does destroy our tranquility.
Because it's not the breakup itself.
It's our judgment about it. Remember, what troubles people is not things, but their judgments about things. The breakup is an event. The suffering comes from judging it as a catastrophe, proof of your failure, the end of all happiness.
Seneca said something about being parsimonious with our tears. Not bottling it up, but not letting it drown you.
Exactly. Acknowledge the pain, yes, but don't let grief become this all-consuming force that paralyzes you. Manage it. The judgment, that's what needs reframing.
So instead of, this is the worst thing ever, you choose to see it as, what? A lesson.
An essential lesson. Maybe the lesson you needed to learn right now. What do you truly need in a relationship? What patterns do you need to break? What do you need to build within yourself?
So the pain becomes data, wisdom.
It becomes fuel for self-discovery. You transform it from just a source of sorrow into a source of strength and insight. finding the unexpected gift within the difficulty.
Okay, this leads perfectly into the exercise you mentioned, something we can actually do.
Yes, let's call it reframing the past. It's a journaling exercise. I want you, the listener, to think about a significant negative event from your own past.
Something that really hurt, caused frustration, disappointment, maybe felt like a failure.
Exactly. A mischance, harsh criticism, a tough struggle, a betrayal. Pick something with some real weight to it. Don't avoid the uncomfortable ones.
Okay, got one in mind, now what?
Now the core task. Rewrite the story of that event in your journal. But here's the twist, the Amor Fati twist.
Don't frame it as a misfortune.
Right. Frame it as the single most important positive catalyst that directly led you to where you are now. How did that bad thing force you to develop a skill you now cherish? How did it lead you to a crucial relationship? What deep understanding did it give you that you couldn't have gotten any other way?
Find the absolute necessity, the goodness in that past pain. Connect it directly to present strengths or insights.
Precisely. This ties directly into the Stoic idea of fatalism with respect to the past.
Fatalism. That sounds negative.
It just means recognizing a simple truth. The past is fixed, done, unchangeable. You cannot alter 1 second of it.
So wishing it were different is pointless, a waste of energy.
Completely. All that energy spent on regret, guilt, resentment over what was it achieves nothing except making you miserable now. The past is the one thing truly outside your control.
So fatalism about the past frees you up to focus
On finding the strength, the wisdom, the lessons gained from it, and focusing on the only things you can control. Your present thoughts and actions, and your future choices. You reclaim your mental energy for what matters now.
It's about taking agency over your inner world, even when the external past is set in stone.
Beautifully said. Think about Abraham Lincoln.
He had a terribly hard life, didn't he? Loss, setbacks, depression.
Immense severe experience and private turmoil, but he didn't let it break him. His favorite saying, apparently, was, "This too shall pass."
Not just waiting passively, but understanding adversity is temporary and its lessons are what last.
Exactly. He didn't waste time lamenting his past suffering. He metabolized it. He transformed those struggles into profound wisdom, empathy, incredible resilience. That's what forged him into the leader who could guide a nation through its darkest hour. He became who he needed to be because of the hardships, not in spite of them.
Wow. That's the ultimate reframe. Setbacks as the raw material for greatness.
Incredible, isn't it? So, bringing it all together, Amor Fati isn't just coping. It's not just acceptance. It's this deep, active, conscious choice.
A mindset.
A whole mindset, embracing every single moment, the amazing, the boring, the heartbreaking, and seeing it all as fuel, as necessary, transforming it into strength, into beauty, into this authentic, unshakable joy. You become an alchemist of your own life.
And that's what builds that unconquerable mind.
That's it. It leads to that deep tranquility that doesn't depend on whether things are going well externally. Freedom from worry about what you can't control. Real confidence no matter what life throws at you.
It's about enjoying being who you are, living the life you have in the world as it is.
Yes. That deep contentment comes from within, from your judgments, your character, not from circumstances lining up perfectly. It's impervious to fortune.
And just to be super clear, this isn't about becoming some emotionless robot, suppressing everything.
Absolutely not. The Stoics were realists. We feel things. The goal isn't to eliminate emotion, but to minimize the destructive, irrational ones: rage, paralyzing fear, debilitating grief, the ones that cloud our reason and wreck our peace.
Aim for something else. Good emotions.
Eupathia, good passions. Positive emotions that come from correct judgment, from living virtuously, like that stable, deep joy we talked about, contentment from aligning with nature, not the fleeting high of getting what you want externally.
So Seneca's advice about tears wasn't never cry.
No, it was be parsimonious, be mindful, don't let grief consume you. Feel it, acknowledge it, manage it, regain your composure, and get back to your duties, to living virtuously.
Okay. So by focusing inward on our efforts, our judgments, our character, not just external results.
And by aligning our wishes with reality, seeing obstacles as opportunities.
We find that deep sense of purpose and peace that nothing external can really touch. That profound calm, free from regret about the past or anxiety about the future, outside our control.
That is the core, the hallmark of Stoic happiness. Not just dealing with life, but truly loving it. All of it. The whole messy, unpredictable, beautiful, perfectly ordered dance.
That's a powerful place to aspire to.
It is. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening to take away and ponder.
Okay.
Imagine, just really consider what boundless strength, what unexpected beauty, what deep joy could you unlock if every single past setback truly became, in your mind, a chosen stepping stone? And every future challenge became a deliberate opportunity for growth, fuel for your virtue. What could life feel like then?
Wow, that's something to really sit with, finding strength and beauty in every moment. Well, from embracing this grand sweep of fate today, finding power in everything that happens, next time we're going to zoom in. We'll look at a really practical day-to-day Stoic technique.
Something very hands-on.
It's exactly a technique to help shrink those daily anxieties, those everyday worries, right down to their proper manageable size. You won't want to miss learning how to master your day one thought at a time.